It was a grey morning in late October. The hospital smelled of antiseptic and rain. Machines hummed softly in the corners. Monitors blinked with patient rhythms, and the corridors echoed with hurried footsteps. Inside room 207, Maria sat beside her daughter's bed, gripping a cold, lifeless hand that once held crayons and laughter. Her daughter, Emily, was only 12. 3 days earlier, a car accident had left her in critical condition. A truck had run a red light, crushing the passenger side where Emily sat. Since then, she hadn't opened her eyes. Maria hadn't slept. Her Bible lay open on her lap, the pages damp with tears. Nurses came and went, changing IVs, checking vitals, offering polite sympathy. But Maria's eyes never left her daughter. That morning, the chief doctor entered the room. His face was drawn, his tone professional, rehearsed from years of giving bad news. "Mrs. Alvarez," he began, his voice steady, "we've done everything we can. Emily's brain activity has dropped significantly. The scans show irreversible damage." "I'm so sorry." Maria felt the air leave her lungs. The world went silent except for the steady beep of the monitor. "You mean she's gone?" "Medically," he hesitated, "there's no hope of recovery. We recommend disconnecting life support within the next 24 hours. He placed a hand on her shoulder, murmured something about peace and acceptance, and left. The door clicked shut. Maria sat there, numb, her mind floating somewhere between reality and a nightmare she couldn't wake from. She could still smell her daughter's strawberry shampoo on the pillow, the same one she had used the night before the accident. Then she fell to her knees. Her cry broke the silence of the sterile room. "God, you gave her to me," she wept. "You can take her if you must, but please don't let her die without you walking into this room first. If you still do miracles, come now. Please come now." Her voice trembled into a whisper. "I don't need doctors. I need you." It started as a stillness. The machines continued to hum, but the air changed as if the room itself was holding its breath. The light from the window grew brighter, warmer, flooding every corner with a golden hue. Maria opened her eyes. For a moment she thought she was dreaming. The curtain by the bed moved slightly, though there was no wind. And then a presence, not a figure, not a shape, but a presence so tangible it filled the room with peace and power. Maria felt her knees weaken. Her tears stopped. Her hands began to tremble as warmth spread through her chest. "Jesus," she whispered. The monitor next to Emily beeped faster. Maria gasped. Her eyes darted to the screen. The lines that had been flat for hours suddenly flickered. Nurses rushed in, shouting orders, their voices blending into chaos. Someone called for the doctor. "She's stabilizing," one nurse yelled. Maria stepped back, her hands covering her mouth. The doctor burst into the room, disbelief written all over his face. He checked the readings, then the IV, then Emily herself. "Impossible," he muttered under his breath. Moments later, Emily's fingers twitched. Maria fell to the floor, sobbing. "Thank you, Jesus, thank you." Emily's eyelids fluttered. A faint sound escaped her lips, a soft, broken whisper. "Mom?" Weeks passed. Emily recovered faster than anyone predicted. Her scans showed no trace of the brain damage doctors had sworn was permanent. She walked out of the hospital with a slight limp and a radiant smile that lit up every room she entered. One afternoon, as they sat in the backyard, Maria asked gently, "Do you remember anything?" "From that day?" Emily nodded slowly. "I was in a dark place," she said. "But then I saw a man. He was standing in light. He told me, 'Your mother's prayers have reached heaven. It's not your time yet.' Then he touched my hand, and I woke up." Maria's tears fell again. But this time they were tears of wonder. She realized what the doctors couldn't see, what machines couldn't measure, that when medicine reached its end, God began his work. Months later, that same doctor visited them. He stood awkwardly in the doorway, no longer the man of unshakable science. He looked at Emily, alive and laughing in the living room, then at Maria. "I can't explain it," he said quietly. "There was no reason for her to recover. I gave up that day." "But something else didn't," Maria smiled. "That something has a name," she said. "And he still walks into rooms where everyone else has already left." The doctor's eyes filled with tears. He nodded, whispering, "Maybe I needed to see this as much as she did." Maria often tells this story now, not with pride, but with reverence. She says faith isn't about denying the facts. It's about trusting the one who stands above them. The one who can walk into any room, even when the machines are silent, and hope has been declared dead, because that was the day the doctor gave up, and God entered the room. If this story moved you, subscribe to Eternal Echoes for more true encounters that touch the